By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to make any product that you find on AliExpress or anywhere else, even a rock, a winning product on Shopify. What is up everybody, Shri Kanase here and welcome back to another Shopify video. In this video, we're going to be discussing exactly how you can make any single product that you find a winning product and the whole story behind winning products in general. I've been seeing lately that people are overcomplicating what a winning product is and exactly how they should be focusing on a winning product. And this is causing a lot of people that I personally know have a much more difficult time trying to test those products and get those scalable winners. So we're going to go over all of that in this video, but without further ado, let's jump right inside my computer and go over all of those things. Alright, now that we're inside our computer, let's go over the very first thing that defines a winning product and exactly what you should be focusing on to make every single product that you test a potential winning product. The first thing that comes to mind regarding winning products is the product itself. Now, what do I exactly mean by this? No matter what kind of marketer you are, what kind of strategies that you try, if a product is not in demand or nobody really wants to use the product or get that product, then that product is not going to sell, period. Now, this may sound kind of negative, but it is the absolute truth and the reality behind dropshipping in general or any other business. Think about it. Why do a lot of big businesses go out of business? Just recently, there were another 400 stores here in the United States that declared bankruptcy just because nobody was going to those stores anymore. Everybody's online shopping now, which is one reason why you should be dropshipping, by the way. But the main point is, without any demand, no matter what kind of marketing you do, the product is not going to sell, period. So this is why you really want to spend most of your time that you spend on dropshipping finding those products. So let's write this down so you get a better understanding. Focus most of your time, and when I say most, I mean about 95% of your time on finding those winner products, and the rest of the 5% should go into your website, the back end, etc. But 95% of your time should go into finding that winning product because, like I said, it is the first thing that matters. I've personally seen a lot of horrible websites that shouldn't even get any sales absolutely kill it with e-com just because of the solid product that they were selling. And it is really important that you focus most of your time on finding that winning product. But now that you've focused on finding a product itself, what is the next step and what should you be focusing on instead? The second thing that you should be focusing on is the ad copy. Now, what do I mean by ad copy? I mean the description that you write for the product when importing it to your Shopify store, and also the ad copy that you write for Facebook ads. These two things are some of the biggest things that you can spend most of your time on if you want results. So let's go ahead and write this down. Spend most of your time writing a good description and ad copy for the product. So this is again the second most important thing when it comes to Shopify and e-commerce in general. The first thing is the product. That is the most important. If you have a bad product, nothing you do is going to work, or if it works, it's going to give you minimal results. The second thing is the ad copy. You can have the right product, but if you deliver to the wrong audience or have words in it which are not related to the audience you're targeting, you're going to miss out on a potential winning product. That is the truth. And let's say you specifically like to own exotic animals like a lion, for example. Since you own a lion, you would expect to see lion advertisements on Facebook. If for some reason you get to see a lot of dog advertisements on Facebook, what are you going to do? Are you really going to even click on them or bother reading? This is the same thing that you have to look out for when you're the one advertising. You need to make sure that your ad copy, the audience, it is targeting the right people. An audience is part of the ad copy. If you're not targeting the correct audience or if you're not using the right words, you are going to lose out on a potential winning product and you're going to eliminate the chances of that audience purchasing from you even if they were interested. So this is where the marketing comes into play and where you want to really be better than your competition, because once you find a product to sell, trust me, there's going to be hundreds of other dropshippers trying to advertise that same product. So it is up to you as to what you do to stand out from the crowd and deliver something that is exceptional to the audience and something that this audience wants to purchase. Now that we went over the ad copy, now let's move on to our third and most important portion of making any product a winner, and that is the pricing. So let's write this down. Pricing. What do I mean by this? When I say pricing, I'm referring to how much you're selling it for. Let's say you buy a product on AliExpress for $5 and you decide to do a 4 to 5 times markup, so you sell it for $20. That's about a 15% profit margin, meaning you can spend about $15 per ad set on Facebook. Now the first thing I recommend is, if you really want big profits, try selling high ticket items, meaning $30 or more profit, $50 or more profit. What this does is it allows you to spend more with Facebook, and it lets Facebook get enough data to deliver the right audience to you. It is really funny that a lot of people forget that Facebook itself is a business and they want the most money that they can get from you. So the more money you let Facebook invest in finding the audience for you, the better Facebook is going to work in your favor and the better results that you're going to get. So pricing is really important because all of these factors, basically the overall profits of your store, depend on this. So what is the right pricing? There is not generally one specific answer to this question, because depending on the situation, you can have different answers. I've known people who import products for 50 or 60 cents and sell it for $13. That's over 100 times markup. Whereas I've known people who buy a product for $10 and only sell it for $20, which is not a good thing to do, by the way. But that is a way to mark up the price. One way to really determine how to mark up your pricing for the items is to spy on your competitors and see what they're doing. So let's write this down. Spy on your competitors to see how they're pricing their products. This is a really good technique that you can be doing because your competition you want to be 2 steps ahead of. I just previously made a video on writing ad copies based on your competition, and in that video I show some really popular ad copies which I know for a fact have done over $1 million. So the link should have popped up in the top right. Do check that out after this video. But one really good way to figure out how to price your items is to look at your competitors. Another way is to kind of do a trial and error method by first pricing up your product by 3 times to 4 times. So let's take for example that I'm buying a product from AliExpress for $10. Let's write this down. So purchasing for $10. I would mark up the price by 3 times to 4 times, meaning I would sell it for $30 to $40 just so I can cover my own expenses and any refunds that may come in the future. And the trial and error method goes by basically trial and error. You have to see how many pieces you sell of that product for this specific price. And if you notice that you're not really getting high conversion rate with $40, maybe 1% conversion rate, and people aren't really buying, in your testing phase through Facebook ads, you want to lower the price to $30. And once you lower it, you want to leave it at that price for a few days to see if there are any differences. If there are no differences that you can monitor, that means the product may not be the best one to test, and I would move on. But these are 2 really important ways to figure out how to really price your items. The first one being spying on your competitors, because like I mentioned, you always want to be 2 steps ahead of your competitor because they're the ones taking your audience from you. You want to get their audience. So the best way to do that is to spy on them, see what kind of ads they run, how they price their items. And the second way is to basically do trial and error and go from there. The first part of this method is to focus on the product itself. Focus 95% of your time finding those products, looking through the stats. Again, I have really cool videos on my channel exactly what makes a product a winning product and what stats to look out for. The link should have popped up in the top right. But that is your first step, followed by looking at the ad copy. Next thing you want to do is spend more time on the ad copy, the description, the ad text for the actual ads, and also figuring out who your audience is. And the third one that impacts your success rate with making any product a winner is the pricing. Because if you try to sell a product that people sell for $10 for $1,000, that's just not going to work. So to really maximize your results, focus on these 3 things, and focusing on these 3 things will help you get closer to your goal of finding a winning product. But if you found any type of value in my video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.